Aloha! Thanks for your consideration of the views expressed in this ThinkTech commentary, which we are calling Dumping on Education.
We still don't know how well Trump did at Wharton. He won't tell us. But we do know he's not into education, and wants less of it. In fact, we need more of it, especially in civics and history. Without that, our students are vulnerable to Trump, Musk, and the social media that regularly disinforms them. Without better education, these students are not developing their learning and thinking skills or their understanding of the country and the world. Trump ridicules things that he says are intellectual. He wants to indoctrinate these students and all of us with his unhinged ideas and disinformation instead. As Ramaswamy suggested, we don't grow enough tech talent in this country. Actually, the problem goes further than that. This past summer we saw thousands of college students steeped not in education or global understanding, but rather in indecent bigotry and chaotic protest. Are they really being educated? Is this what we want? Sleepovers are not the problem. It is the parents who fail to require students to do their homework and achieve excellence in school, the school principals and college administrators who fail to open their minds, and the government that fails to provide a system that will excite and incentivize them. Musk and Ramaswamy do have a point. We do need H-1B talent to build our tech workforce and let the fresh air of global thinking contribute to our discourse, our learning, and our economy. But we also need to improve our educational system at home, including education in both tech and liberal arts. In short, we need both. We need as much education and the best education we can get, whatever the cost. It's priority number one.
But Musk and Ramaswamy aren't focused on that. And despite the isolationist demands of his base, Trump has capitulated to them. The current priority of the three is rather to import tech talent from overseas, so our tech oligarchs can save money. They don't seem to have any interest in improving the system at home, and that's a terrible shame. Believe it or not, Trump's plan is to terminate the Department of Education, which has worked so hard to close what is a serious educational divide in our country. He seems determined to widen that gap. If you're poor, he doesn't care about your education. This will not give us excellence, but only mediocrity and a helpless, hopeless future for our youth. And right on cue, the Supreme Court roundly screwed up the college admissions policies. Their decision likewise favors the wealthy, denies access to minorities, and further widens the gap. You can see where we are headed. And as everyone knows, our grade schools have become completely politicized. Trump's base tells teachers what to teach or not, what books, Bibles, and religions to have or not, what shots to take or not. Rank ignorance is glorified and perpetuated. This has to be reversed. If we are to improve our educational system, we have to stop doing this. We need to enlighten our schools again. Also, our universities are way too expensive for the students they serve, and the loans we make them take out are lifelong and non-dischargeable. Joe Biden was unable to fix that. We pay enormous sums to college administrators for thoughtless management that gives us terrible results. It all seems like a hot mess. If we are to improve our educational system, we need to clean this up.
But, thanks to Trump, we've been doing just the opposite. In short, we've been systematically dumping on education and undermining its mission and value to the country. It was bad in his first term, but now he wants to make it much worse. As for so many other things, instead of being a high priority, education is being made into a low priority, and this is a 5-alarm fire. We need to hold on to the Department of Education and, in fact, to improve, update, and expand it so it can fund a future for our students now and the generations to follow. We need to fully enable it to build excellence not only in technical subjects, but also in civics, history, and all the liberal arts. It is this that will make our country great again. We need to have confidence in our youth and our teachers and make things better for them, not worse. The founders knew that education is and must be a cornerstone of our democracy. Sadly, Trump and his friends do not support that notion or our democracy, and it shows. The answer is to do everything possible to build education better, and do that right now. Sure, Trump, with Musk and Ramaswamy, can bring in a permitted number of H-1B tech immigrants. But at the same time, for the benefit of our youth, our society, our democracy, and our global future, we really do need to focus on improving the system in general right here at home. It's on all of us to make this happen.
Thanks for watching, and thanks again for your consideration of the views expressed in this ThinkTech commentary. We'll see you again soon for the next one. Aloha!